So we are blazing the Erie-Attica trail. Blazing it.
Blazing it.
So we got Doots on the back, Mama on the side.
It is
the Dio trio on the ride.
It's a balmy.
This is the beginning. It's about 90 degrees outside, but then the shade, it's pretty. We'll put it that way. We got water. We got baby on tow. She's happy. We're happy.
Okay, did you get the babe?
It's one of our first streams.
Did you get the babe?
Yeah, I got her, but you can get her.
Hi. Are you so happy?
We're going to do videos.
There you go.
Follow us. We're going to be doing a lot more trails. We're going to be doing Twitch and Facebook and all kinds of stuff. We got a whole plethora of ideas for you guys coming. So if you stay tuned, follow us over the next couple years, you're going to see some amazing sights. I'm going to turn the video around now so we can get some actual scenery, but intro over.
So here we have just a flat, plain trail.
We are in Avon right now, doing the Erie-Attica trail. It's right on the border before you go up the hill. If you're from the area and you know the area, then you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, it's right off of Route 20 and Avon, right before the Barilla pasta factory. So it's a pretty easy trail. It's great for if you have an infant. You can do stroller.
Yes.
It's about 2.5 miles, give or take. Stroller friendly.
We could have done
toddler
a stroller
friendly
with her, but she prefers to ride on the back.
So
and we're trying to get her used to that.
We're doing
some more rugged
trails. We're gonna groom her into a
active lifestyle.
Yes.
Groom ourselves back into an active lifestyle.
Yes, we got to groom ourselves back the last couple of years between
pregnancy
and kind of, we got an online business we've been babying, and we got away from it a little bit, so we're trying to get ourselves back into shape and back into it. So if we can do it, anybody can do it. I promise you that. So follow and watch the transformations happen.
I'm going to be getting together a blog, starting with the Dio Duo. We did lots of traveling and hiking and sightseeing before, within the past 6 years. And I'm going to try to get like a compilation together up on a blog and just kind of talk about some of the different adventures that we've had. And then we're moving forward into the Dio trio. With our little one in tow.
And so far, we've done a couple test runs with Levi. I call her Doots, short for Doodlebug. So her nickname's Doots. But we've been doing a couple like small trails, getting her used to it, and she loves it so far. So we figured we'd keep rolling with it. Kira just tried calling me, so if you want to call her and see what's up.
Okay.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to pause for a moment. I'll start back up in a little bit here.
Hello. Kaylee wanted to know where we went.
All right, we're back.
The teens wanted to know where we were.
Because they don't ever want to do this kind of stuff, so.
I don't know what happened. They just want to sit in their little dark caves on their little phones, and
they box themselves in the box.
So
we decided to use technology to our advantage. We're going to be out in the wild using these little square contraptions, rectangular contraptions, to promote a healthier, active family atmosphere, way of life.
Sometimes you might catch the 14-year-old with us, but the 17-year-old hardly ever. Maybe once in a blue moon will come with us. Like she went to Letchworth with us last fall, which was like the first trail that she's done with us in who knows how long. She's
Yeah,
very
so.
anti-outdoorsy. She's, you know.
I don't know. And I know it's not just a teen thing, because we just seen a teen or two on this trail before we started, coming off the trail, and they were full of energy and spry and.
Anyway, we'd like to lead by example, and hopefully they'll join us when they come around to it.
So we're gonna, in the future though, whenever we do a trail, we're gonna record it, as much of it as we can, and then we're gonna post it for everybody to see, so you can either live vicariously through us, or you can attempt to try the trails yourself. And we're gonna make remarks on stuff that's difficult, or if it's easy, or if it's I don't see any trail as boring per se, but there's definitely more exciting trails. So
like this one so far has been pretty, I'm wearing my flip-flops and I'm not really upset about it type thing.
Yeah.
So
I'm wearing my shoes, wearing the baby. How's she doing, by the way?
She's just looking around.
Yeah, that's what she does. Sunscreen. Yeah, always make sure you're done up right with sunscreen. You have plenty of water when you do these things. Every time it's over 80, make sure you bring a bottle or two of water for every mile or two you do. You want to keep yourself.
I'm about to plug a product, and I probably shouldn't do it unless I'm getting paid for it. But Baby Ganix sunscreen. So far, we have we've done quite a bit outdoors this spring and summer, and she has not, knock on wood, not had 1 ounce of burn yet. So I highly recommend it. As long as you're applying it and reapplying it a couple hours later.
Yeah,
it works.
It works great for babies, because you don't want to use. And we got some insect stuff too that works good. You don't want to use off on infants and
Baby Bellow.
Yeah, Baby Bellow for insects too. So
we'll have to let you know how that is working out.
So far, we've only used it once. It was at a 4th of July party, so there wasn't a ton of insects, but there's flies and stuff around because of the food and stuff, and she didn't get bothered by it. So, and she took to it well, but we'll have to try it a couple more times and let you know. But there is stuff out there for your infants if you want to go hiking and do this stuff with them.
Yep, and we thought, oh, it's 90 degrees out. Maybe we should keep her out of the heat. And then we thought again, nobody needs to be afraid of the heat. We just need to stay hydrated and appropriately screened from the sun. And
there's plenty of shade too on most trails. I mean, if you're doing don't go into a trail totally ignorant. Make sure if there's shady spots, if there's spots to sit down, there's waypoints, where you can, depending on how long your trail is, where you can camp and stuff like that. Obviously, we're not doing that with an infant right now, but at some point we could. We plan on.
She's so mobile.
Yeah, she's amazing.
We've we are in the car and on the road quite a bit with her, and always have been.
The only time she's fussy is when she needs her butt changed or she's hungry.
Yep.
Most of us get fussy about.
Well, when it was a little rough for like the first 3-4 months, but she's over the past couple of months gotten way more interactive with the world around her and with her toys, and she's really portable. People don't think babies are portable. Babies are portable. And I mean, obviously, there's different temperaments, but don't be afraid to get out there and get active just because you have a baby.
And we are going to attempt to try to do perspective point of view cameras for you guys in the future too. And so this is just a test run. We're going to get to a point where we equipped ourselves better for streaming purposes too, but we want you to show some love, give us a follow. Here's a fellow trailblazer. How you doing today, sir?
Hello.
Good. We plan on having we're trying to show a unique experience from each of our perspectives. And when Doots is a little older, she's gonna get her POV camera. So
If we did one now of her, can you imagine what it would look like?
it would just be my back and her swaying around.
It would be.
It'll be fun though. Maybe we'll do it for her. We'll set up something maybe.
No, it would be like this little buckle here.
No,
And a
you got to
little bit
put
of
it on a
nature.
place where it would be on her face, or not her face, but you know,
Right.
where
On
you
top.
could see what she's trying to look at and stuff, and maybe we can try to understand what she's looking at.
We could strap it to her hat.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, she's actually taken quite nicely to a sunbonnet. I thought maybe she'd be yanking them off. You know, the two older girls, I never put bows or anything, hats. I'm not a hat person. I might need to change that, you know, because they do help protect quite a bit from the sun. I'm thinking about, you know, getting one of them to help protect me as I get older. My skin is not what it used to be, so.
So other things about us. I'm Daniel Diogardi. This is Tanya Diogardi, and this is Levi Diogardi, and riding shotgun. So Tanya can tell a little bit about herself in a minute, but I have a eBay business that we have an eBay business that we put together.
That we built.
Yeah, that we built. I'm doing Whatnot now. It's a live streaming auction site. If you guys don't know, it's pretty cool. Download the app, check it out. It's safe. It's fun. It's like eBay. You're safe. You're covered. They protect your information. They protect you from, bad purchases and stuff like that. So, not a bad platform to be on. I recently started doing Twitch, and we might use that as a platform for
Video games.
this, but I'm playing video games on it now. I just started that, so if you want to give me a follow, I'd really appreciate it. I want to try to get that off the ground along with this. Tanya will give you some more information about our site for doing this, but my video game account for Twitch is under DO513, DO513. So that's DIO513.
It should be under Dio's Trio.
That's my video game thing. So
If we post this to Twitch, it'll be Dio's
I
Trio.
stream from the PS5. I play on my PS5. So, if you guys want to give us a follow there, we'd much appreciate it. Hang out while I'm gaming and stuff like that.
Can you upload videos to
I
Twitch?
believe so. Yes. We're still new to that platform, so we'll bring you guys information as we learn it. But here's Tanya with some information on the Dio
You're
Trio.
not pointing it at yourself.
I mean, then talk here.
Some information on the Dio's Trio.
Yeah.
We already told them. We're going to be just kind of showing hiking experiences, outdoors experiences, specifically with an infant, because there's not. I'm sure there's other information out there about it, but we think that it's important for people to know that your adventure life doesn't stop just because you have a baby. So we just want to bring, and we would also love feedback too from more experienced people, tips and
or for people that are enjoying the stuff. We would like your feedback on what you would like to see out of us, as long as it's within the reason of safety and stuff like that.
right. I'm not
obviously.
BMXing down,
down
cliffs. I don't do
with
that.
My baby. No, that's not going to happen.
I don't do
I'm not
that.
going to do it by myself either.
Some people do that. Some people get crazy.
I mean, if we catch people doing it, we'll record it for you guys. But
I
we're
mean,
not going to do it ourselves.
we've heard of people summiting mountains with picks with babies on their back. That is like a whole nother level of
We ain't
that
there yet.
and that I wouldn't do, because I just wouldn't want to put my
some
baby
swamp
in.
if you wanna-
Yeah, you guys like the swamp. Everybody likes a good swamp.
The bird there.
We've got some great some great ecological wonders here around us. I mean, really, if you're into biology, you know, like the nitty gritty of that ecosystem. And even though it doesn't look pretty, it's actually necessary for us. Anyway, you know, I just wouldn't want to put her at risk because we are novice, is really what I'm getting at. Like, if we were experts and we knew how to do that stuff, then sure, we'd do it. But we've never done it ourselves, so we will not do it with a baby.
What we're doing, though, is that we're novice and we have a baby. I'm 42, my wife is 38, well, about to be 38. And, you know, we're not spring chickens anymore, but that being said, we're not old either. So we want to show people that are at this point in their life, if they have, or even younger or older, if they have a baby or if they just want to do this themselves, that they can do it, even if you're not in the greatest shape. Like I'm 240. I'm supposed to be 180, 190. That's me in good shape. I'm 240, 6'1". I need to get in better shape. I'm not in horrible shape, but I am on, you know, the obese side. And I like to say the doctor calls me a beast, but...
A beast, yes. A beast. So the thing is, we did lots of traveling in the past, and we were, you know, at more ideal weights back then, and we had a lot of fun, but now we have, you know, an infant in tow, and we've got to modify some of those types of experiences. And, you know, we're not just looking to give information. Like I said, we're looking to seek, you know, everybody's best advice, too, for this kind of stuff.
And then, obviously, if we come into a situation that will help the community, aka the world, we will share that. And that's part of that, too, is we want more adventure in the world, you know, because with the digital era upon us, and it's taken over quickly, we need to hold on to our roots as naturalists, in a sense. You know, we don't have to become pure naturalists or pure digitized. There needs to be a fine medium, and we want to show that through our Twitching and our Facebooks. And by the way, plug our Facebook so they know where to find us. Our names. It's going to be on our personal accounts and under the Dio Trio, right?
I don't know how that's going to be yet. We'll let you know.
That, guys. We're working
this is literally A1 day one. We don't really know exactly how, what's up, but
we'll put more information in. But you can follow this. You can follow this and future broadcastings on our personal Facebooks for now. Mine's Daniel L. Diogardi, and my wife's is Tanya. How's it? Tanya Diogardi, or is it Tanya Zola Diogardi?
Diogardi. I don't know.
You'll see her. We live in the New York area, so you should be able to find us easy enough. We appreciate shares. We appreciate follows. We appreciate information, comments. Tell us about ourselves, even.
Please. Be kind. Please be kind.
We appreciate y'all watching.
Yep. So this trail again is pretty straightforward. She's sleeping.
Oh, she is.
Baby sleeps. I don't know. I can't see with my sunglasses and this phone screen what I'm showing you, but she is sleeping. She really, you know, once you get her in this thing and she hears the birds chirping and
the water running or whatever, the insects insecting,
us walking and talking, she is just happy sleeper. And not every baby's going to be that way, but...
So which way, my love? Left or right?
Well, if we had a trail map, I would know better.
They both look good. They both look shady.
Let's go right.
All right. Let's do it. That would take us probably to the street.
Yeah. We are going to go counterclockwise because why not, right? I mean...
Now, there is a chance that we may do trail multiple times. We try to do trails once and then move on to a new trail, because not that we don't love certain trails, because there's certain trails we've done in the past that we absolutely love, but we feel like we love them because of new experiences.
Baby sleeping. Her hat's crooked. Oh boy.
We love them we love certain ones and new ones because of new experiences. And, you know, there's so much of America to see. And we're just in our backyard right now. And there's literally hundreds of trails and waterfalls to see and different paths to take.
And it's like that everywhere, I'm pretty sure. I'm not sure, but I think that it's like that everywhere. She was hitting her face on the strap a little bit, so I had to fix it.
Oh, that's fine. So, you know, this is part of who we are, and we want to reconnect with that. And now that we have Levi, we want her to grow into
the things that we love. I mean,
yes.
Naturally, that's what we do.
Isn't that what most parents want for their kids? But I want her to be her own person too, that being said. So, but sometimes finding yourself is a little bit of everything, and that's what we want for her, is a little bit of digital life, a little bit of natural life, a little bit of home life. You know, we don't...
So our passions are in our DNA. So as the better we know ourselves, the better she's going to know herself, is the way I see it.
True story, guys. I love pizza. Pizza is amazing. It's my favorite food and all that blah, blah, blah. I'm sure a lot of you can concur with that. We gave Dutes here her first taste of pizza, and she loved it. She took to it better than anything else. Watermelon, you know, strawberry. Like, she was liking food. But pizza, she grabbed that piece of pizza. Now that we didn't have cheese or pepperoni on it or anything. It was
or
just
sauce.
Bread with, like, you know...
We took the sauce off and everything.
Yeah, she was chewing on that dough like it was the best thing in the world, like God's gift to humankind. So, and I believe it is. So maybe it's in her DNA.
Yep.
Long story short, we love pizza.
We've come to a stop sign.
Yeah, it's
Just
a
kidding.
four-way stop though.
Just kidding.
It doesn't say four-way though.
So we've got a bunch of field. I mean, a lot of these trails are just cut through fields and along riverways. I mean, anybody who comes and hikes random trails knows that.
America has definitely got some beautiful, beautiful trails. And while there might be a town, city, fields,
I really don't like how her face is hitting this.
On the outside of the trails, America's counties and states and all that. Our citizenship has really kept our trails really nice, you know. We got nature, we got woods, you know. They don't just cut a trail like in the cities. We got bike paths. They're nice. There's a little bit of nature, there's a little bit of water, but it's not the same as a trail, a blazed trail. Which we love bike paths too, don't get us wrong. We'll probably do some of them in bigger cities and stuff like that if we, you know, move forward with this project as she gets a little older, or maybe not, you know. Depends to where the wind takes us, but we plan on doing a lot, so we hope you not only follow us, show us love and support, but help us with anything you can help us with, you know.
Yeah,
information, understanding.
Yeah,
whatever.
we know that this community, our world, is meant to be a kinship and a brothership, you know, and so we're supposed to share with each other. We're supposed to share our passions and help one another, and you know, we just look forward to building or joining the community that already exists, building into the community, and we're not really sure exactly, you know, what this is going to turn into.
But with your guys' help, maybe it can be something amazing and beautiful, and I know it can, actually, because if we work together, whether it's us doing it and you guys watching and supporting, or actual people coming and, you know, joining us at some point, or whatever it may look like.
Right. I mean, we can do, you know, what our culture needs is kind of a shift. And I know it's a little funny because we're talking about, you know, video game streaming. But what our culture needs is a little shift back towards, you know, the natural and being more active. You know, we have obesity on the rise, and as, you know, as my husband shared, you know, we have also gained quite a bit of weight, you know, throughout the pregnancy.
She's got a good excuse, I don't.
Well, yeah, because you gained with me. It's sympathy. Anyway.
Sympathy weight gain. Somebody had to take some of that burden. Stress eating pizza. Here's a nice little...
I mean,
guys.
We got like a little man-made thing here, but
it's still, I mean...
To let the crick through.
It still has its own unique beauty. Yeah.
But
whether we infringe on something or not does not make it any less beautiful. It just makes it different.
But what we, you know, we think that the world needs to get back to a healthier style of living, and there's a ton of movement in that direction. There's tons of people out doing this stuff. There's tons of people, you know, making tinctures and going back to like ancient herbalism. There's tons of people, and I geek on all of it, you know. There's tons of people I think moving towards healthier food, you know, and we're all about all of that stuff. And you know, we just want to join this movement to raise awareness and to just raise our health on this planet, raise the planet's health. You know, we watched, so on the Gaia channel, we watched this guy named Melchizedek, and he was talking about a shamanic gathering that they had by a volcanic eruption. And he shared that that a woman, one of the shaman women, went into a tent for like 3 days or something. I'm just, you know, I'm not sure exactly on the details, but it was something like 3 days, and was just fasting and praying. And when she came out, or the volcano stopped erupting, and when she came out, she had just shared that she had healed some things within herself, which helped to heal that issue with the planet. And so when you take that, you know, and apply that to a broad spectrum, you know, you look at everybody, you look at the collective, and our job is to heal what's wrong within ourselves so that we can heal our planet. And the healthier we get as individuals, the healthier our planet gets. And there's something in spirit that we can't see that really holds that true
and connects us to that truth.
And so, you know, we just want to be a part of sharing that and our experiences.
You guys, waypoint. You can do little picnics and everything on some of these trails. This is
actually,
it's a little sunny here. If it was like a 75-degree day, it'd be perfect.
If you can hold that.
Yeah.
Let's
do a water break.
Yeah, a water break by the water.
So, we have a lot of
Poland Springs. We should really do something about not using these also, because
well, metal would probably be better. Iced water. We can get better equipped for this.
So we heard, guys.
We used to have that stuff.
We heard that we still have it. It's up in the cupboard.
Oh yeah.
We heard that her head is just flopping way back.
She's all right. She does that in the swing too.
I know. We heard that that Americans or people in general consume a credit card's worth of plastic. What is it? Monthly?
Weekly. This is on a radio broadcast, so I mean, you can if journalism is supposed to be like it's supposed to be, and they telling the truth, which we all know that's hit and miss, unfortunately. Journalism isn't what it used to be, but if that's even quarter true, that's a lot of plastic every week that we ingest. From plastic bottles, restaurants using big plastic things to, you know, like they're food, the soup comes in big plastic bags, their food comes in big plastic things, the pickles come in big plastic jugs, you know? Everything comes in some form of plastic, and this plastic wears. We don't really know the ramifications of plastic to its full degree. We know that it's wreaking havoc on the planet and all that, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
I mean, we don't know for sure. We know what we hear, and they make us feel like it's our fault, but the powers that be keep making this plastic. You know, if it's that bad, then why do you keep making it? I'm just saying, there's two sides to every story, and while we are the consumer, and it is up to us to make certain changes so they don't make the stuff, it is ultimately up to them making certain things. Like, if plastic's so bad, go back to glass. I mean, pop used to cost 5 cents at one point, and that, I don't think glass was the expensive part of that. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Okay, so I'm just going to say it's just as much our job as the consumer to stop consuming products as it is their job to stop making them. And actually, if we stop consuming them, they will stop making them. So it's really on us.
I mean, that's partially true.
I mean,
they advertise the crap out of stuff for a reason.
Yeah.
It isn't, and that's because they want us to keep consuming it. It's not because they, you know.
Her little head is getting sun.
Because people stop consuming it when they don't advertise it. Because we all know it's bad.
Pause, please.
So anyways, enough on the rant like that. I mean, me and my wife will rant about different things all the time. So, you know, either join in on the rant or, you know, oppose us even. If you got, or enlighten us. Change our mind or change your own mind. That's what this is about. It's not about, you know, you being totally left, us being totally right. It's about us trying to find a common ground that makes sense.
I think most people that are watching are going to be people who agree, because nobody's going to sit there and listen to somebody rant about something they disagree about without.
I mean, if they are and they do, please come at us with logic and respect, and we will take your thoughts into consideration with the same type of logic and respect, because, you know, we don't know everything. We know what we know. You guys know what you know.
Everybody knows what we think we know.
Yes, and how we know more is by
Sharing.
coming to an agreement and sharing and understanding things and having, you know, some, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? I guess facts back us, but facts are only, you know, quantified opinions. You know, I guess it's just a popular opinion proven. So
not all of our hikes will be us just rambling and, you know, going on. And sometimes we may not stream the whole hike. We might just stream hot spots, like, you know, say we're going to an iconic place. You know, part of the boring parts like this, maybe we'll not have the cameras on, we'll be talking amongst ourselves. And then when we get to, you know, certain things that we think people really should see or notice or know about, you know, especially, again, with the theme of traveling with a baby, you know, things that you should know going into something by having a baby, you know.
We will probably record most of our endeavors, but we may not post up most of them, is basically the gist of it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's sometimes, especially a trail that takes hours upon hours. We can't. Yeah, you guys don't want to sit. We'll cut hot, you know, clips out and stuff like that, and condense it down to, you know, like an hour of video or something like that, or even less maybe, depending on what's going on with it and all that. So
she's getting sun on her face.
This one we're kind of going ham on because it's our first one. We want you guys to get to know us a little bit.
Know whether you actually want to follow us.
You know, different things. I mean,
and give us a chance.
Yeah.
It won't always be like this.
Yeah.
We're just walking down a real plain trail, trying to think of things to talk about, topics that, you know, could spark some.
You got to start somewhere, and this is our starting point with you guys. So we want it to be raw and rememberable. Yeah.
Rememberable.
Rememberable.
That'll be rememberable.
I'm making up words, guys. Why not? Everybody else does.
The heat.
Urban Dictionary. Rememberable. Feel like a Harry Potter word or something, right? All right. Speaking of Harry Potter, I did buy Hogwarts Legacy on the PS5. I will be starting that probably within the next week on my Twitch account. So I plugged that earlier, but it was DO513, DIO513. Twitch, follow, please. Love you. Anyways, back to your regular scheduled program.
As we're talking about, the world becoming more, lazy and stuck in one place, there's a movement towards, and I think it has to do with, I'm pretty sure it has to do with population control. Now, when I used to hear the word population control and like Agenda 21 and stuff like that, I thought they were gonna, all out genocide. They were killing people, and that might be part of it. But
how about if we control how long people live?
Please. A bigger part of it is controlling the people who are living, and so we've got this movement towards, gaming and meditation, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with those things, but sitting in one place and going someplace else, there's a lot of like meditation and visualization and, sit in your room and lotus pose, and I'm not against it. I've done it all. Don't get me wrong.
Well, it needs to be separated properly. You can't do that for 10 hours. You can't do video games for 10 hours. Sorry.
So there's this population control agenda that is streamlined to control us, essentially. I mean, it is what it says it is. It's streamlined to control us, and there's tons of movements for tons of great things. So I'm not in any way saying that it's bad to meditate or to sit in one place and go wherever, or remote view, or whatever it is, all of those different things. There's value in all of it. I'm not saying don't do it or that it's bad. You could even say these trails here, like this trail, is obviously man-made. I mean, all trails are man-made because we blazed them, but this was put in here, meant to be like a nice, easy trail. Get people the nature feel without being like too outdoorsy. We're not going to wrestle any grizzly bears or, get attacked by any wild animals on this trail. So it gets people the outdoorsy feel without actually being in the wild, which, I mean, is nice when you are toting a baby. But, we do want to get to more of that outdoorsy stuff,
Yep.
with a baby.
People on bikes.
I don't know if you guys know about, a lot of people are going to know about the government lands and, this land is your land, this land is my land. So you've got like your lands that like the Bureau of Land Management runs, that the Army Corps of Engineers runs, that the DEC runs. These lands are made for you and me. We're allowed to, they're supposed to be preserving our nature and our natural habitat in these lands. But also there's some free rugged camping opportunities. There's not usually facilities, you're...
Pull up your favorite leaf, guys.
Yeah. These places are...
Or bring teepee.
They're in like national forests and such. And we found while we were traveling in our past life, I mean this life, but our recent past, that we could stop at these places for 2 weeks at a time.
Most states, of them? Some of them were you had to get weekly permission, but you could stay for a max of 2 weeks.
You can.
You had some of them you had to go online and register. Some of them you could just stay, and the forest ranger would let you know if you were encroaching that 2-week mark. So
Hello.
hey guys.
You could get like a 2-week permit. I just didn't want to show their faces in case they didn't want to be on camera. So you could
I did
get.
that to the other guy. My bad.
Well, you know.
You can always blur it out.
So, that's a cool tip that we have for anybody who's looking to bop around the country pretty cheaply, who isn't afraid to not have facilities.
And you may or may not have to carry your stuff a little bit to a spot. Some of them have parking close, but some of them do not, guys. So
yeah, I mean, you can.
Said,
there's plenty of places you can backpack into. You can, throw up a hammock.
So just make sure you do a little pre-gaming and know how much you need and how many trips you're going to need and how far away it is to your site if you're going to do multiple trips, because they can be a day just going down and setting up. If you're going to be there for a couple weeks, it's worth it. But if you're only going to be there for a day or two, you might want to think about another spot or something like that.
Yeah,
or travel or pack light. Just bring a tent and whatever you need and get some sleep. And
like I said, I plan now. We have our own business, and we've got an infant and the 2 teenagers who do need us still to drive them places. My 17-year-old doesn't have her license yet. Working on it. Anyway, so yes, Exhibit A, field.
And Exhibit B.
And Exhibit B,
Partial.
a wonderfully constructed fence meant to keep people from falling into the ravine.
Into a piece of cement instead of a ravine.
Right. Anyway, so where was I?
Totally makes sense.
Oh, so I plan to be kind of uploading previous adventures to a blog, and that'll include like some pictures and like maybe a little bit of writing. Like I'll write a little bit about the places. We don't have. I think I took a video in Bald Eagle National Forest, a very brief one. I don't know if I still have it.
Just so you guys know, I'm going to interrupt for a second. Those blogs that we'll be doing are probably going to have more information based upon our perspective of the video. So it's not going to be content that's going to be in the video. So you might want to, if you like what you see, you might want to read our secondary ideas and stuff like that. It's going to be it might reiterate some things, but it's going to touch on things that we might not have noticed while we were actually walking that we'll notice that the camera picks up and stuff like that. Like, like a random bird that just flew up there. I mean, I noticed it now, but in the camera, it might be something like that or something else, that we didn't catch. So, it'll be like little extra info.
Side quest. So, I have side quests.
Me too.
I know I mentioned like the herbalism and the tinctures. I did like a course several years ago now, like 6 years ago, on herbalism, and I got
together.
yeah, he paid for it for me. I got like this like crash course. I'd like to get into, and again, I'd like to get into a ton of things, but there's only so much time in the year. So, but like I would like to get into that stuff. And another side quest that I've been into, this lovely tractor. Another side quest that I would really like to delve further into is foraging. And I know that that's another mainstream thing nowadays. Lots of people are talking about it. I would like to, partially, we would like to be able to, at some point, go backpacking and just, carrying whatever on our backs and just being free.
Besides the baby. You should be carrying your own backpack.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she won't be a baby when we do this.
She'll be probably more prepared for it than we will. So.
Yeah. So anyway, she'll have her hiking legs. We won't do it, anything terrible. And we'll have one of those, you know, if she's a toddler, we can always have one of those toddler carriers.
We're gonna probably
anyhow.
start off with long quests that are moderate at most, like so she can,
Right.
you know, see how she handles. Like, get a good always have an escape plan too, just in case something happens and all that.
Well, so
But
my first backpacking
we'll go over
quest.
that when we get
My
to
first backpacking quest for us will be Keshequa Falls, and that's in this area where we are right now, like the Western New York area. So Keshequa Falls, you can park. It's a DEC run area. You can camp there for free. You park up in this parking area, and then you can backpack in, but it's like a very, very short distance. So like for her, yeah, I've got something here so she doesn't hurt herself on the buckle. But for her, you know, if we backpack in and it's not going well, we can just walk, you know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes back to our car and we're good. You know, we'll start with stuff like that. So anyway, and that's in the future. That's not necessarily, we could do it this year with her as an infant because it's that easy. But
well, we want her to actually experience and enjoy and, you know, get more than just a, you know, a free ride on the back. We want her to get the life experience, the trailblazing experience, like literally on her legs, her leg experience, her body experience, you know, not just off of my body or mom's. So.
Okay, let me circle back around to what I was originally saying, which was about foraging. So I'm interested in learning about foraging because it will help to supplement us, you know, if we're backpacking in the wilderness on a trail that is longer than, you know, a day or two. You know, because you can carry so much stuff with you. So anyway, I'm interested in learning about that stuff. I do have a background as an RN. I'm not practicing anymore. So, I mean, I know basic medical, you know, stuff. And, you know, a nice wilderness medical course would be fantastic for us to do. In the future, obviously, we're doing little short stints now, so it's not like a necessity at this moment. But
yeah, cell phone reception's good enough to call somebody if we need to. But on trails,
which has happened to us before.
Even if you have good cell phone reception, sometimes you can be a 12-hour trek in for people, and it's gonna take time.
Oh, we were at where were we? In Kentucky, and we weren't in Tennessee at Meriwether Lewis. We were in Kentucky, right?
Yeah.
A few years back, and we drove our little Ford Fiesta that we had. We had the
turkey foot.
Yeah, we had the seats yanked out of the back, and so we were carrying our stuff there and on the roof in a bag, and we were tent camping. This was one of those free places, McKee, Kentucky. It was like 20 plus miles away from a Walmart, a McDonald's.
70 miles away
70.
from a Walmart or McDonald's.
It was absolutely like backwoods. And
let me tell you what, that Dollar General was huge.
The Dollar General carried produce. We were absolutely astonished. So anyway, you know, I'm like, ooh, tomatoes, you know. So anyway, we were there for a couple weeks or less. Anyway, we got our little Ford Fiesta. We were driving up this trail into the mountain, and I don't know.
We got stuck because it would have been way worse if we didn't.
So we went down this trail. It was not marked ATV. Now I thought it was a little, you know, wide or a little narrow for our car, and our car was tiny. Anyway, we went down it. It was, again, not marked ATV. And we ended up getting stuck in the mud. And trying to get ourselves out, got ourselves stuck worse, buried. We have a picture of it somewhere. It's quite hilarious. Luckily, we had these lovely neighbors from Florida. I can't remember his name anymore. Now, again, this was like 5 years ago or something, so I really can't remember his name. But we had to walk back some bunches of miles, and it was dark, so we went to sleep. When we got up in the morning, we went over to our neighbor's, and he took his truck and us up to pull our car out. So we did that. And then we ended up hiking up that trail. When did we hike up that trail? I think we might have hiked up the trail the day we got it stuck, just to see like
and then there was a sign
what there
way
was
up
to see
ahead that said ATV trail, no motor vehicles allowed. And I was like, that sign would have been great, like, you know, before where we were.
So anyway, there were all these boulders and crazy things that would have definitely wrecked our car. So it was a good thing we got stuck in the mud. So anyway, we called our insurance company. I won't name them. I don't even think we're with them anymore. And they would not come get us from where we were. So we called...
Well, they would, but it was going to cost like $800 or something like that.
Some ridiculous amount.
They were paying the initial $100 towing fee for being off the road, and then any charges after that were incurred.
And their tow truck wouldn't have fit up there anyway. So anyway, long story short... oh no, not a long story short. So we called the park ranger. We're like, yes, we got the park ranger. I don't know how we had perfect reception to be able to do all this stuff, but we did. And he said that he couldn't help us because for liability reasons.
Like, what the heck do you have a
Are
job
you
for then, dude?
kidding? Like, you're gonna just leave people stuck? That's not a liability?
Well,
So anyway,
that car was supposed to be like the next, Beaver Dam or something. I don't know.
Anyway, our lovely neighbor who was from Florida, he and his wife were traveling the country. Obviously, they were in Kentucky at the time. They were traveling around in their RV and homeschooling their kids. And this is not the only family that I've heard of doing this. And it's been, some inspiration for me. My ex-husband's cousin and her husband and their 2 daughters, who are now grown up and have kids of their own, but back years ago did that same thing. And I was like, gosh, I aspire to do that. And, we may. We're thinking about it, or at least doing it a little bit here and there.
Yeah, getting in an RV and going on the road. I mean, I'd have to shrink the business down a bit, but we could still travel with it and make it work.
And just have Dad run it.
I mean, if we get the Twitch thing going, I can just play video games and make money that way. But
yeah,
I'd rather not.
I feel like that's a pipe dream, but I mean, I guess people are doing it. So the thing is, guys, this guy was a crazy avid gamer when he was younger, but really over the past, 10 years has slowed his gaming down quite a bit. So, I mean, he would obviously love to continue doing it because it was, a fun pastime for him, but just haven't had time. We also have a booth out at a flea market.
Yes.
Anyways, that we do on the weekends.
Back to the story, guys.
Oh, back to the story. Go ahead.
So the guy that homeschooled his kids and all that, him and his wife.
Oh yeah.
He pulled out the truck. He had a truck. He pulls it out.
My hand is cramping. Your phone is heavy.
Yeah, it is. So we pull out the truck. He pulls out the truck. He has some mountain climbing rope, luckily, because I didn't have nothing. So he ties it. We pop the hatch because my front end's buried up to the the front bumper, and the front tires are buried halfway in.
And mind you, half of vehicles, like all of the bumpers and stuff, are usually made of plastic.
Yeah, so
they're worthless.
So anyways, he ties it up. I pop my hatch. Where the seat used to be, the back seat, there's the metal hooks. So we hooked it to that, and he gave it one good pull. It popped it up out of the mud, and then another good yank. It bent the metal thing, but it popped us right out of the mud. And if it wasn't for that man and his truck being there at that time, that car might still be there to this day. And we might live in the woods.
So,
anyways.
Also, same exact trip, same exact place in Kentucky. Same exact Floridian beautiful soul saved us again. We popped a tire in in that car in McKee, like up on the main road. And he and his family just happened to be, and by main road, I mean like dirt road somewhere, but it was the main road.
It was the main dirt road leading to the main road that wasn't dirt, but it might as well have been dirt.
He and his, hey Paul, you want to McChicken?
It's a true story. Hot water's hot water. You can't charge somebody for hot water. That was the attendant in that place. He was awesome.
He was
Bless his
fantastic.
soul.
Yes, he's hot water's hot water. You can't charge people for hot
We should
water.
probably turn around and
Why?
I don't know. Let's keep going.
Turn around.
Wow.
He's acting like we have something to do today.
I got water I gotta drink.
Oh, well, grab the water out of the pack. We're taking a water break. But we popped a tire in our Fiesta, and this lovely same gentleman who saved us already once saved us again, and he ran us up to a hardware store or
Yeah,
something.
he bought we had the tire stuff on us. He did it right on the side of the road, we put the air in, boom.
But then he plugged it for us.
Yes, he did plug it.
So we went to the auto parts store and grabbed a tire plug kit, and he plugged it for us, which you're not supposed to use that, what's it called? Fix-A-Flat? You're not supposed to use that stuff, apparently.
Yeah, we used
Bad for your tires.
we used that and we rocked it all the way to Arkansas.
No.
Till the tire popped.
No, didn't we get, I remember us having to buy tires off of Facebook Marketplace because no tire shops carried the ones.
Oh, that was
Same
pre, that was in Ohio. Right after we left Ohio and went into Kentucky, we hit a curb out of nowhere. Like, I don't even know where it was.
I'm talking about when we had to buy 3 tires.
Yeah, we had to go back to Ohio, and that's where we find them because no tire shop carried them. But
They
this
were
guy
specialty
had
tires for the
Fiesta, because I had a Fiesta titanium edition, a hatchback.
They
And
were not making them anymore, even though the car was like.
just happened to find somebody on Facebook in the area that had 3 of them, so we bought all 3 of them, put them on, and kept
Also,
going.
our battery blew too.
Yeah, our battery blew when we got to Ohio.
We had all sorts of, you know,
Probably because we were overloading the car because we had way too much weight on it, but
which we also ditched along the way.
yes.
You learn as you go.
But when we got to Arkansas, the car had 74,000 miles on it and the engine blew. So we definitely beat the heck out of that thing.
Yeah.
A 2015 car, a 2017. Got to Arkansas with 74,000 miles on it and the engine popped.
I mean, not right away, but anyway, that was quite the adventure.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Do you want to pause the video for a little bit because we're